MS patients drop things. This MS patient drops things a lot. Today we're going to talk all about that. Hello, my dear friends, and welcome. My name is Vickie Hadge, and this is Even So, It Is Well. Part of the symptoms of my MS is I have numbness and sensory loss on the left side, and I'm left-handed. And old habits are hard to break. I still use my left hand quite a bit. And although it looks normal and appears to function normally, it does not. I was out to dinner with friends once, and I was cutting my meal, and I was pushing on the knife, and all of a sudden it was out of my hand and went clattering to the floor, nearly stabbing the person that was sitting next to me. Yeah, you take your life in your hands when you sit next to me in a restaurant. And sometimes when I'm putting on my earrings and I'm holding the earring back in my left hand, all of a sudden it's gone. Things are in my hand one moment and they're gone the next. And yesterday I was taking a bowl of hummus out of the refrigerator. And just like that, it was in my hand one moment and the next moment it was gone. And it hit the floor spectacularly. Like, it was a spectacular crash. There was hummus and glass shards everywhere. And it was really sad because it was a full bowl of hummus that my husband had just made. So I looked at it and I shrugged my shoulders and I cleaned up the mess and I got on with my day. But in hindsight, I was thinking about that. And when I was first diagnosed, there was a day where I dropped a bowl of marinara sauce. And that was a sad day too, because I make a mean marinara. But there was sauce everywhere. It was all over the kitchen. It was all over the refrigerator. And I let forth with a stream of colorful metaphors. And I sat myself on the floor in the kitchen and proceeded to cry. And it was a really strong reaction to dropping that bowl of marinara sauce. At that time, I was newly diagnosed and I was still struggling to come to grips with it. I had completely bought into it's a progressive, degenerative, incurable disease. This is what the doctors told me. This is what I had read. And I completely bought in. And I saw that moment as an indication of I was losing myself. And it was only going downhill from here. And I wouldn't be able to function like a normal person. Over the years, I have learned so many lessons about my MS and about living well with my MS. I still drop things. I drop things all the time. There was one day I was carrying a jar of tahini, sesame paste. It's like peanut butter, but made with sesame seeds. And it's a natural product, so the oil rises to the top of the jar. And I was walking through the kitchen with this open jar of tahini, and it fell out of my hand, and it was almost slapstick comical. It sloshed and it hit the floor, and my foot hit the oil, and I slid in the oil. And it wasn't dramatic, it was kind of slow motion, but I couldn't stop myself, and I ended up on the floor, again on the floor. And I sat there in this puddle of sesame oil, and I couldn't help but laugh. You gotta laugh sometimes, right? Are you guys able to laugh at yourself at these moments? Let me know in the comments below. I've come to a better understanding of my MS over the years. I can live well with it. I no longer buy into the progressive, degenerative, incurable disease. I'm in control of my future. And yes, I have permanent symptoms with my MS, but I also have control over my health and my well-being. I know that there are steps I can take to live well with this disease. My body's in a state of dis-ease, and there are steps I can take to bring it back to a state of ease. I eat a whole food, plant-based diet. I feed my body the most nutrient-dense, clean foods I can. I exercise. I try to move my body every day and throughout the day. And sleep. I'm working on getting better sleep. You know, when we're sleeping, our brains and our central nervous systems, our bodies, they clean out the junk and they restore. So good sleep is essential. And I practice kindness. Kindness to myself and to others. And I think, over the years when I was coming to grips with this diagnosis, that was a key part for me, is that ahimsa, that do no harm, especially to myself. I had this internal dialogue that I was sick and I was going to get worse. And when I shifted that to taking responsibility for my health and doing everything I could to keep my body as well as possible, there was a big shift in me mentally. I have the ability now to look at things like dropped hummus and missing earring backs, and I laugh and I shrug it off and I move on with my day. There's so much more to my life than worrying about a broken bowl or hummus that I can replace. So living with MS is part of me, but it's not the biggest part of me. Lessons learned from my MS. As the years go by, I'm always learning from my MS and living with my MS. And I think I've learned over the years to be kinder and gentler with myself with respect to my symptoms and the things that happen because of my MS. And I've learned to live with it as a condition. Lots of people live with conditions. They live with heart disease. They live with diabetes. They live with MS. We all have our things. So now I'm able to look at those moments and say, it is what it is, and move on. It was a shift in perspective, getting more comfortable with my MS. And being able to laugh at myself. Are you able to laugh at yourself? Living with MS doesn't have to be tragic. And having that mind shift away from progressive, degenerative, incurable disease to taking responsibility for my own health and well-being helped me so much. The question of the day is, are you comfortable with your MS? Have you had that shift in mindset? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and give it a thumbs up, the like icon underneath the video. This helps others to find the channel and the videos. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Until next time, my dear friends, be well.